Electric cars can be also ready to ride you long distances and be huge vehicles. Let's see them at their full power. Top 10 Best Electric SUV Cars in 2022. Number 10. Toyota bZ4X. This is the first Toyota electric car released to be sold worldwide. Its appearance is quite characteristic. A metal edge joins its two headlights, and according to the manufacturers, this design was inspired by a hammerhead shark. The Toyota bZ4X is a two-row SUV with 5 seats, a spacious interior, and 20-inch tires. The 71 kilowatt-hour battery pack is located in the center and provides a range of 280 miles. Plus, it can charge to 80% in just 30 minutes. It has two 80 kilowatt motors on each axle that provide 217 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. It has a top speed of 100 miles per hour and can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles in 7.7 seconds. Toyota states the battery will run at 90% capacity after 10 years, while the competition only offers 70% battery capacity after the same period of time. Number 9. Hyundai Kona EV. This SUV has several versions: fossil fuel, hybrid, and 100% electric. Overall, the electric version of the Hyundai Kona is slightly longer and wider than the fuel version. It can reach up to 204 horsepower with its 64 kilowatt-hour battery. It features through-water cooling, air conditioning, and heating because the batteries, in general, can be discharged if they're not at optimal temperatures. The Hyundai Kona EV has a torque output of 291 pound-feet, a range of 300 miles per full charge, a top speed of 102 miles per hour, and can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles in just 7.6 seconds. Besides these specs, the Kona is characterized by a minimalist yet attractive interior with adjustable dashboard lighting. Number 8. Volkswagen ID.4 GTX. Unveiled at the Shanghai show in 2017, the Volkswagen ID.4 is 14.7 feet long. The exterior is quite simple. Those lines give some lightness to the design. The interior follows the same style, and the buttons have gone since most of the features are gathered on a 12-inch touchscreen. You can choose among several models. The most powerful is the ID.4 GTX, with a 299 horsepower and a 77 kilowatt-hour battery, and also has two electric motors that give it all-wheel drive. The GTX has a 298-mile range, 228 pound-feet of torque, and can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles in 6.2 seconds. Like many electric cars, this model is limited to 111 miles per hour, although in some tests it reached 3 miles more. Number 7. Kia EV6 GT. A 100% electric vehicle with a futuristic look. It has one of the most attractive rear doors on the market, whose lights form a kind of frame with the brand's logo in the middle. It has a very large storage capacity. Its rear trunk can hold up to 520 liters, or 1,300 if you fold the rear seats. The most powerful model of the Kia EV6 GT comes with a 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery, which can charge from 10% to 80% in just 18 minutes and can serve as a power source to charge other vehicles or devices. It has a range of 252 miles on a single charge. The Kia EV6 GT has two motors, one on each axle, which give it all-wheel drive, 585 joint horsepower, and 545 pound-feet of torque. It has a top speed of 161 miles per hour, and it can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles in just 3.5 seconds, which is one of the faster accelerations on this list. Number 6. Volvo XC40 Recharge. The Volvo XC40 has existed as a fuel model since 2017, but with the Recharge label it became electric and its production only began in 2020. It's a 14.4-foot-long SUV, which hardly differs from the original versions. Its rear trunk can hold 413 liters, and you can choose between 19-inch tires or 20-inch tires. It features two 150-kilowatt electric motors, each driving one axle, 408 horsepower, and 486 pound-feet of torque. The Volvo XC40 Recharge can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 4.9 seconds, has a range of 248 miles per full charge, and is electronically limited to 100 miles per hour. One of the interesting features is the integration of Volvo with several Google services. For example, when you run out of battery, Google Maps will give you an alert and search for nearby charging locations. Number 5. BMW iX xDrive 50. It's BMW's top-of-the-range electric 5-seater SUV. It's 16 feet long and the trunk can hold 500 liters. Its 111 kilowatt-hour battery enables a range of 391 miles. Plus, you can gain 74 miles of range in just 10 minutes of charging. It has a pair of electric motors, one on each axle, that together provide 523 horsepower and can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 4.6 seconds. It has a top speed of 124 miles per hour. The interior of the iX xDrive 50 sports a hexagonal-shaped steering wheel, a 12-inch instrument display, and a nearly 15-inch touchscreen for the infotainment system. Each driving mode generates a different environment in the front seats. The efficient mode puts bluish tones on the screen, and the sport mode does the same, but with reddish tones. The car has a lane departure warning system and automatic parking. Plus, the vehicle's mobile phone app can lock and unlock the doors or locate the car in case you forgot where you parked it. Number 4. Ford Mustang Mach-E GT. The Ford Mustang Mach-E is an electric SUV that doesn't show the Ford logo at all, just the Mustang horse. The Ford Mustang Mach-E GT is 15 feet long and has 20-inch wheels. It features two motors, one on each axle, that together provide about 487 horsepower and 634 pound-feet of torque. It can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds, and it has a top speed of 124 miles per hour. The 98.7 kilowatt-hour battery pack provides up to 310 miles of range on a single charge. The appearance of the Ford Mustang Mach-E GT is quite solid and consistent inside. It sports a 10-inch instrument panel and a 15.5-inch touchscreen, which is quite large. What is also quite spacious is its rear trunk, which can hold 402 liters. Audi e-tron S Sportback. This is Audi's second electric SUV after the Audi e-tron, which it shares almost the same appearance with. It has 5 seats, 22-inch diameter tires, and a rear trunk that can hold, hear me out here, 615 liters. This car has 3 electric motors, 2 on the rear axle and 1 on the front, which together provide about 435 horsepower and 595 pound-feet of torque. There is also a boost mode that is capable of providing none other than 503 horsepower and 717 pound-feet of torque for 8 seconds, allowing you to accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds. The top speed is 130 miles per hour. Among the most outstanding features is Audi's commitment to a camera system instead of traditional rear-view mirrors, increasing the vehicle's aerodynamic capabilities. The view is displayed on a 7-inch OLED screen. Number 2. Hyundai IONIQ 5. This is a medium 5-seater SUV with a rear trunk that can hold 531 liters. It has a futuristic design and a length of 15 feet. Its tires measure none other than 20 inches. The interior of the Hyundai IONIQ 5 keeps up with the current trend, minimizing the buttons on the dashboard and including all the functions on an LCD screen that acts as an entertainment and instrumentation screen. The interior is also characterized by its wide, totally flat space thanks to the absence of a center console. 4 versions of this vehicle are available, 2 rear-wheel drive and 2 full-wheel drive. That is, with engines on both the rear and front axles. Taking into account this twin-motor model, the Hyundai IONIQ 5 provides 225 horsepower and can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles in just 5.2 seconds. The 72 kilowatt-hour battery can charge from 10% to 80% in just 18 minutes, providing a range of 426 miles. The electronically limited top speed is 114 miles per hour. After a road full of electrifying specifications, it's time to know what is number 1 on this list. Number 1. Tesla Model X P100D. This vehicle is truly spectacular. It's more than 16 feet long and weighs 2.5 tons. Also, its tires measure 22 inches in diameter. Despite all that, with its ludicrous mode, you can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.1 seconds. And the surprising feature doesn't end here, because it sports Falcon Wing doors and sensors that warn you about obstacles 11 inches to the sides of the vehicle, which is far enough to open the doors. The specs are just as impressive. It has 2 electric motors with more than 600 horsepower and 700 pound-feet of torque, and its top speed is 124 miles per hour. Its 100 kilowatt-hour battery provides a range of 336 miles. Another important fact is that in the interior, you'll find the so-called largest touchscreen installed in a vehicle for its 17 inches diagonally. This is definitely an amazing SUV. These have been the 10 best electric SUVs. If you're interested in motorized content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.